So welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to take this unsightly gap. You ever get that in your project? Does it just drive you nuts, especially on a hat? Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do with myself. Just as a point of reference, I'm not giving away this pattern here. This is something that I freeformed for myself, and it's not something that is available due to copyright and trademark licensing. So what we have is a really terrible gap, and I have a square on the other side where it's closed in. It's not because the white is not underneath this thing, it's because I filled it in. So today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to close this in using a technique that I didn't invent, I'm sure I didn't, but it's a cheating technique that you can do. So after you do the first round, you can close in this gap, then going on any other rounds. You can do this on hats and all this jazz. It's all about how to finish it off when you go to do it, and instead of having these open gaps, especially on a hat, you can close it off and it will look just as good. So without further ado, let's show you how it's done. So as I come up in round number 2, I got one stitch left, which is right here. But to see how this one's leaning over, this is what creates that slip stitch gapping that you see. This here is part of this, so it already exists, but it creates a gap. And let me just show you and prove that to you. So the very last one, I'm going to put in my 2 double crochets just like this, and then I would join it to the top of the chain 3. That's technically how it's done. But because you just did that, it looks like it's abnormal, and therefore it'll create a gap in your space instead of being consistent. So what I would do on the last stitch each time you're doing these rounds, okay, this is what I would do. Again, I'm breaking the rules of crochet, so don't quote me on this. This is your hack opportunity. So I want you to go into the last one and do the first double crochet. Okay, technically I would double crochet in that one again and then attach, but what I want you to do is that I want you to do 2 together using this final stitch and this section right here that's part of this. It'll join it together. So wrap the hook going into the same stitch that you were just in, pull through 2, and then go into this one here, which is technically not a stitch. Wrap it first, going in, pull through 2, and hold it. So what you're doing is that you're putting this gapping space and the last stitch together to equal one stitch, which keeps your balance, and then pull through all 3 and then join to the top of the first chain 3. And now see, nice and closed. So you didn't add any extra stitches, and in fact you just used it here just to cover in this gap space. So let's move along to round number 3. So I'm back then to the last stitch that's available, and then this is the one that it goes over to here. So if you're doing this correctly, after you're going all the way around, see how you got 2 here and you got 1 left? Well, the next time you come around you'll have 2 there, and then you'll have 2 left. So because you're starting off with the double right in the middle, like the 2 right in the start for example, then the next one's 1. When you go to finish these off, you're finishing after that point. So there's 2 here and there's 1 left. So what we want to do to fill in that space is that we're gonna put these 2 together. So just going into the last one, pull through 2 and hold, and then go into that last space right here, which is technically not a stitch, we're just filling it in, pull through 2 and hold, and then pull through all 3 loops and then join it. Okay, so when the last time we did it, we were doing it so that there's 2 into the same one, but because we're now getting it bigger, you're gonna see that it's gonna be done that way. So finishing up round number 5, there's 2 into the next one, and then the last 3 are just 1 double crochet each. So please do that for round number 5, and then we're gonna move on to round number 6. I'm doing my special technique now to get rid of my spacing. You can do this on hats too. So let's move on to round number 7.